on. Of course, right before qualifying. There we go. Alright. Let's get in here. Alright. Okay, I'm in the lobby now. It's Wednesday. It's supposed to be a lot less stressful than that, but I guess it is what it is. You get what you get dealt. And in this case, I got dealt a cutout right before the race starts. Speaking of the race starting, it is completely underway. We're coming around turn 1. Going into turn 2, looks like Jacko and VTech are battling it out for first and second. ZGS is retired, unfortunately, and we already have a safety car. Wow. That was fast. Quite a bit of guys are losing wings right off the get-go here. I'll go through what was qualifying. I'll try and run it through as it is on the screen, but it looks like Jacko got pole with VTech coming 2. Helg seemed to have got 3rd. AE Daltonian pulling 4th. I believe that's JC Blackley did get 5th. HSVDT got 6th. That text message had 7th. 8th would be... Kaz seemed to have qualified 8th. Chunky Corgi looked to get qualified in 10th. Might be ZGS that qualified 9th. Or no, Money Matt at 11th. Oh, screw it, whatever. So, okay, as we're sitting right now, VTech's first, Jacko 2nd, A. Daltonian 3rd, Helg 4th, Dead Text Message 5th, Money Matt 6th, HSVDT 7th, Garisvac 8th, Knuckles 9th, JC Blackley rounding off the top 10. So, number 2s we got Ray. Janet to win it, and 12th, Kaz in 13th, Chunky Corey 14th, Possible 15th, Superina 16th, Spaceman 17th, and ZGS with an early DNF off the hop. But alright, you can see we're in Sochi. Alright, we're chilling in Sochi, in Russia, in the new home Grand Prix du Haas. That's so sneakily now. We're missing both Tim Lee as well as 78 Corvette, so BWT a la Lee is no more for this evening. Instead, tonight you can see we have Janet to win it in the BWT. I believe we're supposed to get a partner. Yes, it is Helg. Helg as well in the other BWT. So a couple of really good drivers in the BWT this evening. Jacko still leading the Drivers' Championship. I believe he's not too far away from fully clinching it as well. Honest to goodness. We've only got 4 Grand Prix left. Alright, so 4 times 6 is 24. So 240 points would second place need, or would the gap be? So maybe we can actually have a clinching evening. 240 points. Okay, so right now the gap between himself and his teammate is at a $1.25. So 125 separates these guys. Hello, J Rand. You are... Man, don't tell me. Oh, it's been a long day, I know. Okay, just tell me. Who are you again? Wait, how's it going, dude? Good to see you in chat. Appreciate someone joining me. Save me from my insanity. See, Barry, I can't even tell you what happened, my guy. I literally just joined as well. Like, I got booted as they were entering into qualifying, and then they were qualifying, so no one sent me an invite, and the stream was being weird, so I had to down it and then reset it like 3 times over. Hotspot, yes. How's the fire alarm, my guy? That sucks. But yeah, I just was able to get back in here. It's kind of cruddy, to say the least, but we've got a restart happening, I'm assuming, this next lap, so virtually 3 full laps of safety car. We had 1 proper turn, and then I think a couple of drivers through the second turn, but that's about it. I'm enjoying this 10-degree weather outside as I wait for the fire trophy. Oh man, it was 10 degrees here where I was working today. That was nice. Of course, that's Celsius. Yak. But honestly, it was actually like 15 on the drive home. That was different. I actually had to throw my AC a little bit. Finally getting into spring where I am at. I don't know how you guys are with spring and where you reside. Reside? Is that the word? It's not resign. It's... But, anywho. Looks like Impossible Bacon's the last one. Fahrenheit, yeah, I know. But Impossible Bacon seems to be the last one to catch the pack. We've got a lot of solid drivers here for the F2 series. A lot of quick guys. I mean, right now you see Jacko currently in second, and Season 2 has been his bread and butter, so we'll see if he's going to be able to ride it all the way through the F2 into Division 1. Coming back next week, actually, with tomorrow night being with our good friend Hotspot. He's going to be hosting that in the F2 series, so we'll see how that goes. So be sure to tune in tomorrow as our Div 2 goes live here at the same time tomorrow evening on this very same Twitch channel, starting once again 6:30 Pacific. I don't know, I'm pretty sure everyone does. A lot of people still do daylight savings time, it's still kind of throwing me in a loop. But 9:30 Eastern is the other time for one, I believe. Pretty sure, yeah, you guys still do daylight savings. It's starting to get wiped out from here to there. There's been a lot of talks in my area is going to do it as well, so I don't know if this might be the last time it ever flips for me. But we'll see. I don't know if it needs to flip back or what. Is that another car into the pit? No, it is not. Actually, someone else might have gone to the pit, but yes, it is. HSPDT teammate of Jacko currently sitting in second place. Can Jacko get a good run into turn 2? Does not look like it will be happening. Forgot race times earlier. I had marked for reserve. Mr. Mystic Joker, you silly bee. But it doesn't look like many positions are changed too much here, other than Jacko's getting right alongside VTech here, coming into that big swooping left-hander into turn 4. VTech still holds on to Legion to win it. Gets an early overtake on Spaceman. We'll see if Spaceman can battle back into that very same turn 4. Where it looks like he gets a little bit of a wobble there in his steering. So on to JC Blackley he goes. He looks to get alongside Knuckles and actually sends around the inside and forces Knuckles to go the long way around that corner, and he ends up getting the position. JC Blackley does. Even doing so on the harder compound of tire being on those mediums, and Knuckles being on the super softs. Jacko's still trying to hunt down VTech. Some solid pace here. Ray might be under a little bit of fire. As I say that, it's actually Chunky who was initially putting Ray under pressure, but now Jinnit overtakes Chunky, trying to get alongside Ray as well. But Chunky, Corgi gets a pretty good run, but backs out of it all. Ray pushes Jinnit right to the wall, but Jinnit does a good job of keeping that car afloat and still battling around that technical sector 3. Now into turn 15 we go. You got to be careful about this one here, as you get a little too high on that curb and kind of bounce yourself off and lose all downforce going into the next turn, that being 16. But coming through nice little 90-degree turns of 17 and then through 18, it gives you a good little run into that long straight stretch. There's a little bit of a tap behind. No, it wasn't, but it's actually Jacko who gets the overtake initially onto VTech. VTech doesn't go to battle the inside, but instead holds and tries to stick around the outside, but Jacko had the full car ahead and has the position. Now back into first place. Jacko go, VTech slots back into 2. Ray, see if we can get a re-overtake on Jeanette. It's actually Chunky trying to do so as well. See if we can get a good camera angle here. We kind of doesn't look like Jeanette's got the line. Ray still has the position. Chunky Corgi just slightly behind, as well as Spaceman has caught up to the pack here. Ray leading the front there. Jeanette looks like he's alongside of Ray now, coming into 7. Looks like he gets position into 10th. Top 10 goes Jeanette. But this little conga line of 5, 6 cars now, all moving throughout as Spaceman gets overtaken by Super Ninaz. Now Super Ninaz and Kaz are, or sorry, Spaceman and Kaz are battling there. And Kaz loses way as Ray is the biggest one of this whole battle, as he's now dropped down into 14th position, losing out. How many spots is that? 5 spots. But he's still trying to come back, and it's actually Kaz who sent it down the inside line. And gets a little bit of the back of Ray as Ray continually loses all these spots. And now Spaceman actually ends up getting the overtake cleanly on Ray, but Ray's trying to come back. Kaz gets a little bit up on that curb. And as well gets the position on Ray, so Ray must be losing. He had to have lost some wing if he's losing that much time. Looks like Bunny Matt was able to get dead text messages. The reason so is that dead text message just spun himself out right before the pit straight there. But Helg gets ahead of AE Daltonian. JC Blackley moving his way up the grid as he overtakes the Garrus back as well. But AE seems to be getting real tight there in 3rd place. Still holds on to the position. Kaz and Ray still battling. What happened to HSVDT? I don't know. He pitted like right after the safety car ended, so it was just like awful timing. I'm not sure what happened. He must have damaged his wing on the final lap of the safety car. Here we go. Super Ninaz trying to come Chunky Corby here, getting into the top 9. He attempts to do in behind Chunky in that orange Campos. Super Ninaz is trying to work himself around Chunky as that wide load back to the Corgi there is tough to get around. But it looks like Super Ninaz may have a pretty good run here going into the DRS section. Into the slipstream he is, and yeah, he's going to get right alongside him fairly soon here. Chunky opts to defend the outside line. Chunky gets overtaken for 10th. Super Ninaz with a nice clean overtake into 9th, as well as Knuckles and the Garrus Vac seem to be fighting it out a little bit here. But it's the Garrus Vac who has the inside line. Knuckles can't get back around, so he's back into 8th. VTech looked to have gotten really close to Jacko for a moment there, but I think he might have just taken a little bit too much of the turn. It's actually Garrus back into the pit early onto the super soft, so onto the mediums he goes. Money Matt trying to hunt down A. Daltonian. Looks like his pit straight is a little bit too long into turn 2. He's going to have to slot behind and take a clean racing line and potentially find something into 4. But looks like A. Daltonian comes out of that turn fairly well. Dead text message as well into the pit. Or coming out of the pit. Super Ninaz now trying to work on Knuckles. It's actually Spaceman and Kaz is where the battle's at. Kaz seems to go around the outside on turn 3 and gets the move done. There we go. Super Ninaz is getting real tight up on Knuckles here. Knuckles puts his car right in the middle of the track, and Super Ninaz doesn't have the racing line to get by him, but he does so. Going into 8, sends it all the way around the outside, and Knuckles still gets his car ahead, doing a good job of giving room, but also taking the proper racing line, and a little bit of an oversteer looked like nearly sent him back into Super Ninaz, but Ninaz with the DRS is going to get the overtake. And Corgi get a good view. You need to get a little closer, Corgi, so I can watch off the hood, or off the halo of your car there. But Knuckles back into 8th. Super Ninaz going way too deep into that turn. And the position is all lost. Super gets it right back to Knuckles, back into 7th. Knuckles goes. VTech pits, maybe trying to get a little bit of an undercut on Jacko there, as well as A.E. Daltonian pitting, so obviously the difference between himself and Held. Knuckles and Super Enos pitting. Chunky staying out. Seems to try and ride his tires as long as they can go, but the second compound being the mediums, it may be better to pit sooner than later. A little bit of a pit battle here. Do any teams double stack? I don't believe so. So where does Super Enos come in regards to Knuckles? He was right behind them, so as they went into the pit, they come up the same. Penalties have been dished out here now, so quite a bit actually. You see VTech in 8th, the 9-second gap between himself and the race. He's got a lot of clean air to go off of. We'll have to see when Jacko fits. So Nunez gets the job done early on Knuckles. Is now trying to work on Impossible. So looking at the tires, they're both fairly even. Impossible's got 4-lap older mediums. It's actually the Garrett's back getting the overtake on Spaceman though, back from 14th place, still battling down the field here. So more cars still need to pit, that being JC Blackley and Ray, so we'll see how much they change. Okay, now into the pit goes Jacko. Super Enos does get the move on Impossible. Helg as well into the pit, so is JC Blackley. We'll ride VTech around Sector 3 here, and we'll see where Jacko is in regards to his pitting. He's just exiting right now, so where's VTech? He's coming around the final turn, so it looks like Jacko is going to easily hold back on to first place. How far up can VTech go? Goes back in behind Jacko, but 3.5 seconds separates. And oh, Kaz is out. Where is he? Oh, there he is. What happened? Did he retire? I have no clue. It doesn't look like we're gonna get a safety car here though. Kaz is completely gone. So now down to 16 drivers. Jinnit actually is right in behind VTech. Money Matt and Ray still need to pit, so they'll surely drop down. Right now, Jinnit will be holding the third podium position. HSVDT looks like he's going to get a move on a dead text message there. Yes, he does. VTech goes a little bit wide, and that opens up the door for Jinnit. So Jinnit now in to what is second. VTech with a penalty as well. So Jinnit's done a good job this race. Let's see where he started. So he actually qualified 16th and has worked himself all the way up into podium contention, or in a podium place actually. Can VTech hunt him back down? Blackley as well, trying to chase down A.E. Daltonian. JC JC actually going crooked through Sector 1. Trying to get himself into the top 5. Looks like VTech is falling back at Jeanette. Jeanette's on some really good pace. AE's on medium. JC is on the softs. And some contact between JC and AE. Spins AE out. And Super Ninas nearly gets a piece of him. I don't think AE will be happy about that one. His line was somewhat cut off by the young JC Blackley in that situation there. Possible bacon. Ooh, commentator's curse. As soon as I switch on, he spins out. Possible drops back into 14th. Not what you want to see. Jimmy's actually going into the pit. Tony nearly loses it as well. Gets a little bit of a fishtail coming out of turn 2. Into that big left-hander of turn 3. This seems to be the closest one on track right now. Maybe I should. Okay, so 125 points separates Jacko and HSVDT. For him to clinch tonight, I never thought about that. He can't, yeah, he can't clinch. He's 115 points away from a possible clinch, pending on how HSVDT does. And the way it's looking right now, it might come a little sooner rather than later. But we're looking at a Prima 1-2 in Drivers Championship. Hotspot sits 3, 85 points out of HSVDT, but Hotspot unfortunately isn't racing tonight. Superninas is getting right behind Money Matt, right along the inside line, and has the overtake, but gives back enough room for Money Matt to get himself alongside. As Money's got the inside line, Superninas has to send it all the way around the outside. But Money does a good job of getting the position back. Can Superninas get himself back into the top 5? Jeanette looks like he gets into the top 10 once again, getting overtake on Garris back. Back over to the battle for 5th place though, with Superninas still trying to hunt down Money Matt there. Jeanette might get a quick 1-2 here as he's right behind A. Daltonian as well. As he's cutting his way back through this field, gets a really good run and is completely right alongside AE. AE forced to give way, kind of having a little bit of PTSD going into that turn with not too long ago JC Blackley making contact with him and spinning him out. But Jeanette's trying to hunt down Knuckles, but it looks like Superninas was actually able to get the overtake on Money Matt, and Money Matt can't get himself back alongside quick enough here, but 2 full laps to go. Jacko's got himself a comfy 8-second lead between himself and VTech. Helga's worked himself into 3rd place. Now Jeanette I guess late on to the sector 3, Jeanette gets the overtake back into 8th. Still trying to make up ground, but 2.5 5 seconds between himself and Chunky Corgi. That's quite a difficult task, but he may be up to the challenge here. Money Matt still hasn't been shaken by Super Ninas. Only a half a second back. He's going to want to try and get that position. But with the penalty, he should fall back up place. HSVT looks like a battle for 14 was underway that HSVT did take over. Garris back. Close up to 10th place, but no position moved there. Garris still holding on to 11th, but he looks like he may be able to get a little bit of a run. Takes a peek, but can't get it done. Into Sector 2. Garris still in behind, holding tight onto the back of A. Daltonian A. He tries to get as many points back as he can after the little bit of a spin that he had early on. Money Matt in 6th and still staying close to Super Ninos. He's over halfway through that lap. Super is still yet to kind of get rid of him. It's been a whole lap since he passed him, and Money Matt's still within DRS. On to the final lap we go as Jacko crosses the finish line there. VTech still over 8 seconds back, and the penalty to him is 5 seconds, so he'll actually drop down into 3rd, and Helg will get 2nd place. Jinnit has already caught Chunky, but with the 3-second penalty to Jinnit, he's got to overtake as well as increase that gap. He's got one full lap to do it here, but he's nearly already passed him out of the final turn. Setting fastest lap here, he gets already on the inside line of Chunky. Gets the lead car ahead for the overtake into 2nd. He's got 3 seconds to go between himself and Chunky, so he's got to really move. Might not happen, but it's A. Daltonian going deep into turn 2. Back is right alongside Knuckles and kind of pinches him out of the turn. Knuckles is tight in behind, looking to get back alongside, but doesn't look like he'll be able to do so. But he's going to take a good run into turn 7 here. Got the inside line. Garris sends it all the way around the outside. Both these drivers are getting plenty of room. Back still holds 10th firmly. Knuckles back into 11th. Looks like Jacko is about to come over the line for the win. We'll switch on board to that for a second. Around the final turn of 18, and Jacko over the line for the win. VTech a couple of turns behind. Comes through in 2nd, but it looks like Helg did enough to jump up. Yes, he did. JC Blackley is sitting in 4th. I think he's safe in 4th. Super Ninas won't be able to overtake him over the line, which he comes. Yeah, the penalty is not Money Matt with the penalty. Jinnit with the penalty. In 7th, he finishes. Quickly go down to Knuckles as they're both through the final turn, and penalties handed out to the rest. Here it is. So Knuckles actually drops down into 12th, Ray into 11th. A. Daltonian in 10th. Or no, sorry, the Garris back into 10th. A. Daltonian, 9th, Chunky Corgi in 8th. HSVDT and Spaceman seem to be battling it through the final turn. Oh shoot, I missed it. But HS gets the position in the end. Dead text message. So half a lap behind the field. He's got a minute and 50 seconds to finish the rest of this track so he can get those points. But for a sprint race, not too... No, feature race. For a feature race, it was pretty good. I mean, I missed the qualifying. That sucks, but, I mean, we got it all figured out, and I'm here now, so... Through the final turn goes dead text message. A penalty-free race, but I'm unfortunately finishing so far back. Alright, so Jacko's celebrating another win. Helg finishing second, and VTech coming over third, sitting in second virtually the whole entire race. But can someone knock Jacko off here in the sprint race? But as it stands, it is Jacko in first, Helg second, VTech third, JC Blackley fourth, Super Dinas fifth, Money Matt, and I believe that's the Sudanese flag, in sixth, Ginich win at 7th, Chucky Corgi 8th, A. Deltoni 9th, Gears Fact 10th, Ray 11th, Knuckles 12th, HSVDT 13th, Spaceman 14th, Impossible 15th, and Dead Text Message's the last one to come over the line. Flag of Sudan. Oh, I was right. How was I right? No, I actually knew. That was the Sudanese flag. I worked with a guy from Sudan. You're sick, she says. Do 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 do. Oh, there we go. We're about to get right into it here. Jacko, of course, will be starting for 8th. First is the chunkiest of Corgis there. Looks like he gets overtaken early by Money Matt. It's actually Super Ninas who gets a really good start too. A little bit of a tap between Jinnit as well as Chunky. I'm going to keep my eye on Jinnit for getting a win here, but VTech looks like he brakes real late into turn 1 and sends it, gets a little bit of a cut at the corner. A couple of cars get spun and hit. Jacko looks like to be involved a little bit with that. Dead Text Message seems to be largely involved in that and seems to already be crashed out here. So down the pack he goes. HSVDT in 8th. He's going to want to try and have a better race than the first one. JC Blackley as well back into 2nd, fighting with Super Ninas. A little bit of a tap. JC Blackley with Super Ninas. He's going to bring Jinnit to win it. Right into it as Jinnit outbreaks Super. And is showing some very solid pace here. Helg as well right back on Chunky Corgi. I think a little bit of a tap there. HS as well getting close to AE Daltonian. AE taking the clean racing line though, and HS can't do much. No DRS of course for 2 laps. Jacko is trying to get the overtake onto Ray into the solo Bertuzzi. Oh, who was that? I think it's Knuckles that's actually sending it right around the outside. He's getting himself alongside Jacko, who was actually very close. But Jacko was a little bit too deep into the turn, and Ray blocks him off from the rest of it. Knuckles trying to find the racing line here, riding the curb all the way around that turn, which I gotta say isn't the quickest way. And that's Helg spun out. Pork Chop, where are you? Are you sitting in the weeds? We have a Helg spin out. Fortunate to win it has worked himself into 2nd place after the restart. We'll take a quick look at the position changes. Chunky losing 4 spots, Helg losing 10 now. Jacko gets the overtake on Ray. But Ray's trying to come back in the Callum Island car. But Jacko has the ability to get as much pace out of the turn as he can. JC might be under a little bit of pressure from Super Ninas here as he nearly flips the wall. But he stays on the track, still holding down to 3rd place. With Jeanette trying to take the lead in the race, outbreaks Money Matt on the inside line there onto his stupid camera angle. I mean, if I wanted this, I'd just go onto his halo, but let's just give me a different and worse view of it. Garris Vac looks like he gets moved up on Jacko there in 8th, as Jacko's still trying to work himself back up the order after getting a spin out early on. We're going to have DRS now. Lap 2 is about complete here. Here we go, HSVDT is right alongside Chunky. He's actually got the car ahead. A. Daltonian as well gonna try and get alongside Chunky. But Chunky brakes late. HS locks up through the turn. HS is getting caught here around this big left-hander, but he's doing enough. JC with the penalty, once again going off track, using all the track limits and even more. But we still have a pretty solid line of cars here. The Garris back getting overtaken by Jacko, so Garris now down into 9th. JC still trying to get ahead of Money Matt as Jinnit to win it is growing his gap, and I called it early on. This was his race. Trying to get max points here in the sprint. Possible Bacon DNFing, I think, as he enters into the pit. Jacko getting close. JC getting ahead of Money Matt. Over to Jacko quick. He goes really wide for some reason. I'm not sure. The camera guy needs to get better on that situation there. Went to the wrong thing. But he is ahead. Money Matt's still battling as well. Looks like Super Ninas is not quite out of this fight yet either. There's a little bit of a contact there. Did he? No, he's still got his entire wing. Rest of that up. JC Blackley get himself back going close to Money Matt. Garris Vac is fighting it out with AE Daltonian. Looks like Garris has a straight line speed here. AE's got the inside line. Another penalty to JC, and AE kind of sends it into that turn. I'm not sure if there's enough room for him there. But if you don't shoot the gap that isn't there, then you can't be That's why we're in Formula 2 here today. And we seem to have lost a little bit of wing from JC Blackley there. I think he got onto the back of Money Matt when he's still holding JC up here. Jinnit is forever growing that gap. JC looked to have gotten a little bit frustrated and tried to send it in an area that didn't call for it. Super Ninas is just trying to find an opening as well, but Money Matt is just not letting either of these drivers by. Doesn't look like JC is going to get it here. Oh, he actually just sends it. And Super Ninas as well. Kind of cut that turn, but gives the position back. It's a really good run out of 14, but nothing going into 15. JC holds on to second place for now and gets oversteer and then goes into the wall. And that hurts. You hate to see that from JC. I don't think that was deserving. So Jacko's worked himself back up into 6th after starting at 8th, getting dropped to 15th or whatever it was, and then finds himself all the way back up at the top. Money Matt's battling from 2nd and 3rd here. HSVT getting close, as well as Jacko nearly getting an overtake on Chunky there. But Jack C podium. Not too far away there. Jinnit to win it is in a race of his own this evening here as he's really found. Not a good race for me. Caught out by Kaz and Sebastian Vettel in the future. Ouch. That's not good. HSVDT's trying to work himself into third place here. He's not too far out for Money Man. Chunky Corby's doing the best job he can and not allowing that wily Aussie Jacko aside or past him. Maybe a little bit of a move be done here. I don't think Corby got DRS. He did, so Jacko should be able to get himself alongside for a moment. Yes, he will. He's showing some more solid pace here into turn 13 goes Jacko as well as into 5th place. So now next is his teammate ahead. Kaz overtaking ZGS down the border here, but right now I want to see if HSVDT can get himself alongside Money Matt. Money Matt, only thing that's saving you in 3rd place right now is you having DRS as well, my friend. Serena seemed to have a little bit of a server lag, but he seems to be back. Alright. But HSVDT was really gaining some pace around that big swooping left-hander. Once again, Money Matt puts his car in the area that needs to be. Jacko ahead of Chunky Corby, but Corby's not falling too far back. Still in 6th, trying to hunt down the primary Freeman, Jacko. But it's not good for Money Matt as he slipped out of DRS range here. Not sure if he was able to catch it there, so HSVDT can do it. Yeah, Money Matt does not have DRS. HSVDT gets a really good run in through turn 11 here. Alongside him now, he's going to get the whole car ahead. And Money Matt is not going to be able to send it back down inside, so HSVDT is in the final podium position. But now Jacko is just in behind Money Matt as well, so can Jacko get close onto Money? A penalty to Superninas as well as one to Jinnit to win it. Shouldn't change things too much here. Actually, Superninas' podium is in jeopardy here. Money Matt gets a pretty solid run out of the final turn there. Does Jacko as well get DRS? No, he doesn't. So this is going to bring a good shot at Money Matt to get the overtake. He's going to get right nearly alongside HSVDT, but HS breaks really late going into turn 2 and does enough to hold on to position. But Money Matt looks like he's got some really good pace around that big left-hander here. He might have a little bit of looking before, but nothing doing there. HSVDT still going to hold on to 3rd place. Potentially 2nd, so still a lot up for grabs here, especially with Jack behind Money Matt. As it stands right now, HSVDT has gained the most positions in this race, trying to make up for what was the unfortunate feature race. Jacko is actually real close to Money Matt here. He's going to get nearly alongside and break late, take a little bit of that turn and picking up a penalty in doing so. Money Matt's doing a really good job of not giving in to Jacko, but unfortunately he has to in the end. But he's got to try and stay close to him, as with that 3-second penalty that Jacko took there, that overtake could be all for naught. Garris back trying to get into 6th. He's hunting down that Chunky Corby as well. It's a really good run out of turn 1. Into turn 2, he's going to have the full car length ahead, but Chunky not giving way, gets cut off in turn 2. And the Gearsvac holds on to 6th place after the overtake. Money Matt. Yes, he is that close to Jacko. Jacko's being put under real pressure. Money Matt. Jinnit is continually growing that lead here. JC with another penalty. That's 9 seconds for him. He's doing a good job staying real close to Jacko. I've said that a couple times here, but it needs to be noted that Jacko is just not even able to shave on that, as well as not catch his teammate HSVT. So maybe a little bit of front wing damage. I think I do see, yeah, his front right wing is damaged. So he's having a tough time here. Helg looks to have gotten an overtake on Knuckles. I was seeing things. Chunky just getting DRS on Gearsvac. A Daltonian as well getting it on Ray. It's gonna get nearly alongside, but Ray is able to hold off, but by doing so gives AE the inside line around turn 3, and he's gonna take that inside line as well as 8th place. Ray dropping back into 9th. As well as picking up a penalty in the midst of it all. Now, of course, if you like what you see, be sure to tune in tomorrow night as our Div 2 series goes live on the normal Division 1 time, but break week is in play for those guys, so they're going to take Thursday night off, as well as I will. We're going to have our Division 2 broadcaster take over the Twitch channel for the evening in Hotspot. So, Hotspot and possibly joined by Stat may be in for the evening. I'll be tuning in and checking out this stream, like to see it on the other end. For a change, I'm always the one doing it, so I'll see how my good friend Hotspot can do. And if you'd like to actually watch more of what he has to offer there, go check him out on our YouTube channel at MidWest F1 League on YouTube. We have all of our races that get posted up to there, so if you miss anything and you can't find it on Twitch, it'll be there on YouTube, so go give that a check out. I get lazy sometimes with sorting of videos, so I should go back and actually do that fairly quickly. But yeah, go check that out. We've got all of our videos there, as well as go give us a follow on Twitter and as well as Instagram. If you got nothing to do, and if you want to give a free follow, we like to follow back as well, so if you need to gain a follower, we'll give you a follow. But 2 laps to go here, Jinnit to win it. Several turns ahead of 2nd place in Super Ninas. Super Ninas right now, if we were to end, would be overtaken by HSVDT, so Super's got to go. Super has to gain a half a second on HSVDT, or increase that gap a half a second to be able to hold on to 2nd place. But as it stands right now, HSVDT will get the overtake, and Super will drop back. Money Matt as well picking up a penalty, so that hurts him very, very much. A little bit of a battle in the back of the pack there. Looks like Knuckles is able to get Kaz going around turn 17. So Knuckles now into 14, Kaz back into 15. Kaz is going to get DRS. We might have a little bit of back of the party move here. Knuckles going a little bit wonky around turn 1. That doesn't look like Kaz is going to be able to close the gap in time. Sochi not being his day here. Just trying to get through and get those points. Kaz is in the high tech. And then Nikita Mazepin, homegrown blue card, of course. Looks like Jenna's gonna get her there, hey? But speaking of, Jinnit starts lap 11 as he's already his way through turn 3. Super Nunez can't even see him into the distance. It's 9 seconds between him. He actually does open up the gap between himself and HSVDT, so let's keep an eye on that. Jacko's trying to catch his teammate in HSVDT, so I'm not sure if that'll be the best thing for HS, is having a little bit of pressure on him. Already he's losing quite a bit of time. Nearly a complete second to Super Nunez in one lap, really, because this time would go. We were looking at the 2.5 second gap, but there we go. HS has brought it back a little bit of a quarter of a second between him and Super Nunez. Can Super hold on to second place? So HS is seemingly taking time off with every turn, as well as getting followed by his teammate in Elma Jacko. Jacko's got DRS. Is he going to try and fight out his teammate here? He looks to go on the inside line, and he's going to brake real late and cut off his teammate and loses a little bit of grip and gets ahead of him. And this is all for naught, as Jacko's got a 3-second penalty. So Jinnit comes over the line with the race win, slides himself into the wall. Super Nunez is going to come second, completely uncontested, from Jacko, overtaking his teammate with none of it mattering at all, because Jacko is just going to slide back into fourth because of the penalty. So HSVDT's mission for second was completely wiped away from his teammate in Elma Jacko. I would not be a happy camper right now if I were HSVDT. Only a couple of points is the difference, but still, second place compared to third is a pretty decent ordeal. Garrett's back coming over in 5th, Chunky at 6th, Money Matt 7th, AE 8th, Ray 9th, Spaceman 10th is our top 10, the Spin Man and Helg in 11th, VTech in 12th, not his sprint race, JC as well in 13th, not his sprint race, Knuckles in 14th, Kaz in 15th, and I believe that's the bottom of ZGS in 16th. That actually might be the bottom of Kaz as well. It is. Yeah, those are the bots. But that's how it ends here tonight. So a win from Jacko, then a 4th place. So I think that is enough as well to claim the race week win. Yeah. So well done on Jinnit. I believe picking up BWT's first win of the year. So well done. But I will run through the final finishing orders in both races, and then I will give us our little shutdown for the evening. So sprint race was Jinnit 1, Super Nunez 2, HSVDT getting the 3rd spot on the podium. Jacko coming forward, the Garrett's back 5th, Chunky Corky 6th, Money Matt 7th, A. Daltonian 8th, Ray 9th, and Spaceman 10th. Helg 11th, VTech 12th, JC 13th, Knuckles 14th, Kaz 15th, ZGS 16th, and DNFs from Possible Dead Text Message. Going into the feature race, we saw Jacko with the win, Helg 2nd, VTech 3rd, the 2nd Carlin today, and JC Blackley 4th, Super Nunez 5th, Money Matt and the Sudanese flag in 6th, Jinnit Twin at 7th, Chunky Corgi 8th, A. Daltonian 9th, Garrett's back rounding out the top 10. Ray in 11th, Knuckles 12th, HSVDT 13th, Spaceman 14th, Impossible Bacon 15th, Dead Text Messages getting 16th, and DNFs from Kaz and ZGS there. So let me just hold it down there so that I can get that, but the overall winner will go to Jacko. We have, of course, a different point system in our league, so we'll see if it all holds up. But yeah, no problem there, Mystic. Glad for you to drop in. I appreciate it when the regulars of the league stop in to say hi. Always good to see you guys in chat. But oh yeah, I'm going to as well, Mystic. So you have a good night, man, as well as everyone else that tuned in. You as well have a good night. And if you're viewing this from any other day of the week, whether it be on YouTube or back on the Twitch channel, you have a good evening. But yes, that is it for me here tonight. I've been Crash McQueen. I don't think I ever introduced myself at the beginning of the stream, but that is all gone and into the distance now. So everyone that did tune in. Oh, Noganator, hitting with another sub. Ooh, Noganator, sub. Nice. I need to go. But yeah, thanks. Thanks for stopping by, Noga. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, have a good rest of your Wednesday night. We'll be seeing you tomorrow, hopefully in the Div 2 race. So that is it for me. I have been Crash McQueen. We have been the Midwest F1 League, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow.